Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make a anatomy primer, right? And it will look something like this. Because sometimes, as an artist, you forget anatomy, or if you're drawing in one style for some time, you forget the nuances of drawing in a more realistic style. So I think every year I'm going to try to make a primer, which will reboot my system for anatomy. And this is what I have so far. This is the concept, that there will be a skeleton with some layerage, I guess, of muscles, a skeleton front and back, and the skull, skull side, torso front, torso back, arms front back, hands, from the palm side and the back side, the hips, front back, legs, and the feet. And that's just going to be the base, right? 15 pages for a base. And you can, if I wanted to take it up to 25, but the idea is to keep it as simple and small as possible. So that if you wanted a quick refresh, it's supposed to be like, just a memory jog, a memory jolt. It's like, oh, okay, that muscle or that bone connects to that thing. And so that is what we are going to make. And right now I have, let's see. So the base, we'll start with skeleton. And I'll probably take it into computer and do some overlays on top, because that would be the easiest way to do such a thing. But skeleton front, skeleton back, and these will be, because this is like one of the hardest parts to do, like a whole skeleton. So front, back, top to bottom. So that you have the skull, the rib cage. Where does everything fit together? And that's, so we have the starting base, but also these I got from, I got these from college. So. And we'll use this as like a jumping off point. Of course, you can use the internet to find whatever references you need to build this, but this is just for your purposes only. This is for your eyes only. So you can go as broad. You can take artists you love, and do whatever you want with it, because it's just for your eyes only. So yeah, this is an idea of like what we're going for. So we got the torso, we got another simple anatomy torso, but more of a 3/4 turn. And it also gives the major muscle groups: rib cage, pectoralis, obliques, the iliac crest. And what you can also do is leave these off in your drawing, and when you print it out, and then you can quiz yourself. Like have a layer in computer and print that, and then also print out a version without the titles, and so that you can quiz yourself, like, what is this muscle? What is this muscle? And you can, test yourself, quiz yourself, just so you can get better. Because the human form is one of the most complicated, you call it, you don't call it a machine, but it's like a machine. It's very complicated. The movement, the range of motion, the interconnectedness is always fascinating and complicated. Yeah, so simple anatomy with the arm. Yeah, simple anatomy. And I got this in a class of mine I took 2016. Shout out to Kenan. What's his name? What's his first name? I can't remember. But yeah, this is what we want to make, so that we can have like a little book and it'll, you know, sit on your desk and you can, you're like, what is that bone that connects to the other bone? And simple anatomy of the hips. Hips are complicated but cool. So back. Anatomy of the legs. Gotta get leg day in. And yeah, so look at all these muscles, man. Look at that. And even I don't know all of them. I know I've done this before where I quizzed myself, but you know, you lose that sharpness after a while, or after you've done another project where the forms are very, very simplified, and you go back to the form as it actually is, and you're like, okay, wow, there's so many bones, so many muscle groups. Leg, side. So yeah, this is what we want to make. And so I think that would be a cool project for us to do. So let's do it. It would help me get better, and so let's do it. So yeah, that is back and front. And we'll make it into like a little 15 to 25 page book or booklet, just for our eyes only. And I encourage every artist to do some variation, or at least some practice, just to, you know, keep the tools sharp, keep the mind sharp. And that's what we'll be doing. So let's get to it. Hello, hello, shining stars. So, this will be the start of what? This anatomy studies, starting with the torso. And this will be the first of, I'm guessing, 3 videos. The second one will be all anatomy sketches, and the last will be what we have to show, the actual anatomy primer little booklet. That should be interesting. So, I'll let you watch as I sketch this torso, and I will see you at the end. All right, shining stars. This looks like a good start. A good start. And we'll do the the hips, arms, legs, all of that. We'll leave that for the next video. The third video, we'll go over what's in the actual anatomy primer. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And I will see you in the next video. Later.